of a workshop, a whopper of a mini workshop, because we are actually digging into something kind of uncomfortable. Maybe this is one of those habits that we don't necessarily want to address. We're talking about impulse control, in particularly around our decision making skills, something that's pretty important as a broker looking to be a little bit more blissful, a lot less burned out as you scale a more sustainable business. And that's the mission that we are on throughout this entire series of mini workshops. So I'm really glad to have you here for this executive skill building series. Before we dive in, make sure you have downloaded your action plan and loaded it into GoodNotes or printed it out, and you're ready to hit the ground running with me. My name is Sarah Layton. If you want to learn more about what makes me the most published woman in the world on the topic of real estate and explore some of my work and my career and all that good stuff, what makes me qualified to talk to you about all of this, then head on over to my website, bestrealestatewriter.com. I've got plenty of links for you to do that here. And while you're at it, make sure you grab a juicy freebie. They are always rotating, so depending on when you're watching this, you never know what you might find inside. Okay, let's dive right in. Why is it so important that we gain impulse control and begin writing down our decisions before making them? So writing decisions actually helps to slow down the process. It seems obvious, but that's what it does. And in doing so, especially any time that we can write things out, if you've been following along through this series, unless this is the first one that you're actually taking in this mini workshop series, then you've heard me say like 30,000 times how important it is cognitively and for your results with all of these things to be physically putting pen to paper around your thoughts and ideas. That's why I make all of these journals and planners and workbooks this way. So we're actually going to be using that here in this exercise and help us to clarify our choices, reduce some of the anxiety, and prevent impulsive mistakes that, let's be honest, in real estate can be enormous. There can be enormous financial consequences. So if you are someone that doesn't like to, or maybe has never taken the time to write out your decisions before acting, then you're gonna get something out of this, I can promise you. Alternatively, or in addition to that, maybe you're someone who feels impatient, who likes to make quick decisions, move fast and break things. Maybe you assume that writing down your decisions actually won't make any difference in your choices. Like maybe even already you're getting kind of skeptical. And maybe you're someone who would forget to review what you wrote before acting. I don't know. If any of that sounds like maybe it could be you, you're in the right place today. And I am really glad that you're going to roll up your sleeves with us and dig into our activity, which is the decision writing exercise. Okay, this is a new strategy for your toolbox. So next time you need to make a significant decision, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to do it with a lot more confidence. Okay, even if this feels awkward at first, that's why we're practicing. There's no perfection, there's no pressure here. Okay, so we're going to practice with a decision at hand, and from there we're going to list out the pros and cons. Okay, real simple, real straightforward. And then I want you to do something different that I don't think you're used to. And that is challenge yourself to come up with alternative options to this. Okay, and be honest. And this actually, guys, a good way to start with this is the decision around choosing to buy something or invest in something for your business, whether that's a course or a tool or a service or whatever it might be, right? This is a way for you to work through that with yourself. And then ultimately, the final choice, and why is that your final choice? Okay, like bonus points. Why is that your final choice? And like, what do you maybe expect the outcome of that final choice to be, right? Like, there's a reason you're choosing it, right? So as we're using that scientific method and practicing implementing a hypothesis and honest reflection and self-awareness, this is another opportunity to put those skills at work for us. Okay, now it's time we dive into developing your decision writing strategy. I just realized I like to sing for these strategies. I never Oh my gosh, did you catch that? Are you laughing at me? That's all right. Okay, so what is one type of decision that you believe where writing it down could help you pause? I believe that impulse purchases is probably top of mind for most of us. Okay, I think that's probably like a real easy one right there if you're struggling. But I want you, this is all about you. It's not about me. So I want you to work with whatever resonates for you. And then how can you remind yourself to write down key decisions before making them? Because if this isn't something you're already doing, which I'm guessing it's not, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here unless you're retaking this. But so you need to have a strategy and be intentional about like, how are you going to remind yourself? Because this is not part of your status quo, your MO, for doing those decisions or for making those decisions. So again, for me, it is easiest to like implement this around like, okay, like before I ever spend money on something for my business, like this is my process, right? So, but again, you do what works best for you. And I always recommend you start simple and small. And then what is one takeaway from writing down a past decision before acting? So if you've never done this before, obviously you're going to need to take a couple of days or tasks and put this to work before filling that part out. And then in our reflection question, how does writing down decisions help you to feel more confident and intentional in your choices? And confidence is a really big symptom, side effect, secondary goal. For me, it was one of the primary goals in choosing this topic, because there's actually so much of your confidence tied to your decision making skills and abilities and your feelings around how you make decisions and how things turn out for you and the stories that you tell yourself about that. So that's what I'm starting to dig at here. Just in full transparency, that's the awareness that I am trying to draw out for you in this particular reflection question. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Feel free to drop them, and also feel free to reach out if you would like some additional coaching or just to ask me anything. I have those calls available for you as well. I am so proud of you for investing in yourself by investing in this series with your time and your energy and your resources and your commitment. I promise you these will be some of the highest ROI skills and activities of your entire career.